When asked who looks more trustworthy, 9 out of 10 choose the man on the right. And with a strong jawline and symmetrical face, he just has an aura of trustworthiness, even warmth to him compared to this facially ungifted woman. However, this man is Charles Sobrage, a French fraudster, thief, and serial killer known as the Serpent, who killed at least 24 people in Southeast Asia. Yet despite being in prison for life for these heinous crimes, his lawyer's daughter, who was 40 years younger than him, fell in love with him, married him in prison, and gave him her own blood to save him during an open heart surgery. And there's you. Can't even get the girl you like to text you back. Now maybe he is more charming than you, but it first boils down to looks, because looks matter way more than your personality does. But I'm gonna tell you how to use this knowledge to benefit you, how to improve your attractiveness, and what matters way more than looks does. But firstly, what makes someone good looking? What makes them attractive? And the first thing is their facial features. Hollowness of their eyes, thickness of their lips, thickness of their facial hair, their chin projection, their symmetry, their jawline, etc. For example, the thickness of your neck makes a drastic difference in how masculine you look. See how much weaker, even goofier the guy with the skinny neck here looks compared to the same exact person with an extra 2 inches on him. Additionally, take the tilt of your eyes. Having eyes that tilt inward make you appear more focused, hunter-like, versus ones that tilt outward to make you appear bored, tired, even scared, prey eyes. Also, facial attractiveness is not really subjective. Sure, in some Asian cultures, slightly feminine features like a thinner nose on men are seen as more desirable, whereas in African cultures, it's wider foreheads and more textured skin. For all of history, we find beauty to be a one-size-fits-all, coming down to a few things like a proportional mid-face, captivating eyes, strong jawline, and symmetry. This modern idea of, oh, she thinks I'm a 4, but she thinks I'm a 10, that ain't reality. Now, the other two biggest factors are your height and your physique. Being tall has always been seen as desirable in men, as well as having a physique described as either built or toned. There are a few other things like having a full head of hair, some obvious must-haves like all your limbs and no deformities, but these 3 will make up 95% of your attractiveness. But why do your looks matter so much more than your personality? And it's because of the halo effect, a tendency where humans subconsciously apply unrelated positive traits people would perceive as being attractive. For example, in one study, they took students, divided them into groups of unattractive, average, and attractive, then compared their in-person and online test results. They found that attractive students scored much worse online than in person, because the halo effect of their good looks make them come across as more intelligent in the classroom. And this goes in reverse with the horn effect as well. People who are seen as unattractive are perceived to have much worse characteristics, things like laziness, untrustworthiness, even being more disrespectful. An unattractive looking worker will make $140,000 less over their lifetime than an average looking one, and $250,000 less than an attractive one. And you've probably seen this in school as well, right? If you're attractive and keep to yourself, you're seen as mysterious. But if you're unattractive and keep to yourself, you're seen as a possible school shooter. Now, your physique and height play a huge influence as well. Tall men are seen as much better leaders. That's why all US presidents in the past 80 years have been over 6 feet tall. It means you look up to a person both figuratively and actually, on top of being more masculine, dominant, and aggressive. In a study from the University of California, Berkeley, they found that muscular men were perceived as much better leaders than physically weaker ones. Literally every study out there shows a strong statistical correlation. The more facially attractive, tall, and muscular you are, within reason of course, the better your life is. Whether it's more sexual partners, job interviews, friends, money, etc. And to go one step deeper, this stems from evolution. We are programmed to have preferences for the things that have led to us and our offspring survive. So you might not know if that person you like has cancer, but we do know that in the womb, when babies are developing, half of their face is created, and their body is best to mirror that half on the other side of their face. The better the mirror, the more symmetrical the face. That's why we find symmetry attractive. You have better genetics. Additionally, if you are tall and muscular, you are just larger than other men, which you have a better chance of winning a fight to protect your mate, your tribespeople, and your children. So over time, people with those preferences, they survive, leading us to prefer those things. Survivor's bias. Because of this strong emphasis on looks, people with good personalities don't get a chance to show them off. They don't get their foot in the door. It's like being very skilled at a job, but not getting the interview. You don't get a chance to show off those skills. And if you've had a massive glow up or growth spurt or taken better Instagram, Tinder photos, you know what a night and day difference it is to how people perceive you. Because attractiveness, even for guys, is a huge asset. I don't know why we started pretending that it wasn't, but it is. And in our new digital modern world, this is more true than it ever was before, because you'll be able to naturally show off your personality to other people so they can see over your looks. It's actually called the exposure effect, is much less because you work online more, go to church less, have less friends, go out less, rely more on online dating and social media, etc. And contrary to what you might have been told, people are not shallow for using looks to judge someone. We do this because our brains are all very lazy. We want to do the least amount of work possible in order to figure something out. So your LinkedIn photo, your Instagram Instagram profile pic, your Tinder photos, your Grindr photos. That is what you are judged on in less than a second because it is just much less worth getting to actually know you. Even with the exposure effect, it's impossible to not let the halo effect and the horn effect affect your judgments on someone because they're subconsciously already happening. And as the world continues to go more digital, more and more of an emphasis will be placed on looks. For example, in this graphic, we can see that every place between a partner has been going down with the exception of online dating, which has been skyrocketing up, and an uptick in bars. And I'm sure you've seen it for yourself as well. We are all more physically isolated, but much more online. Now, if you're sitting there feeling helpless because you don't have Chad genetics of hunter eyes and a very chiseled jaw and you're not 7 feet tall, those are things you can do to drastically improve your attractiveness. And a few basic ones are as follows. Grow thicker eyebrows and facial hair through Rogaine, increasing your testosterone and derma rolling. Clear up imperfections on your skin through sunscreen, retinol, moisturizer, and derma rolling. Grow a thicker neck through weight training. Lose weight, have a more prominent jawline. Find a hairstyle and beard style that suits your face. Make your jaw grow outwards by chewing harder food / gum and breathing through your nose. Take care of your teeth and lips through cleaning, flossing, whitening, applying balm, and using retainers if necessary, and build an attractive body through weightlifting. This list alone will make a huge difference, and most guys put zero effort into their appearance, so just by doing this, you're already way ahead of the game. Give these a shot before you start thinking because you're ugly, your life is over. Now also remember, there is one thing our society values more importantly than looks, and that is status. You've likely seen these insanely ugly rappers with beautiful women, or people have obsessions with celebrities, like camping outside a Best Buy for 2 months, be the first one to buy their album, making out with them online, stalking them, just buying beds to them, the weirdest possible things, and they will easily oversee their looks, their money, their personality, etc. Take Ed Sheeran, for example. This man is not very attractive. If anything, he looks a bit dorky, but he'll be with multiple runway models over a weekend and leave them all on red on Monday. Another great example of this is serial killers that were caught. Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, killed 13 people in LA and did much worse stuff I can't talk about on this channel, but guys and girls would fawn over him. They'd wait hours outside the courthouse for a chance to see a glimpse of him. One female admirer even wrote him 75 love letters over 3 years and eventually married him in prison. So if you feel like because you're short, you have unattractive facial features, yeah, it is a disadvantage. I can't pretend that me being 6'2" and having a massive, I'm just playing, but I can't pretend that me being 6'2" has not been a huge advantage in my life. Regardless of whatever cards you've been dealt in life, level up your looks the best you can, find a way to build up some status, have interesting personality, have fun hobbies, do cool stuff, become financially independent, make lots of money, just level up every aspect of your life to become the best possible version of yourself. And unlike women, we are judged on the entire package we provide, and especially our weakest link in that package, whereas women are judged primarily on their looks. Because what else can you do? What is the alternative? To waste your life being a loser? I would much rather take that pain of trying to level up than the pain of knowing that I'm less than other people in a hyper-competitive world and not even try to improve. So that is the cold, hard truth about looks. On the internet, people go one way or another. These black pillars will tell you that if you're not a Chad, you should stop living or move to Asia. And these red pillars will say, oh, just be more confident, as if confidence is supposed to come from thin air. However, the reality is your looks do matter quite a lot, but you can drastically improve them. Your status matters way more than your look. If you improve every single aspect of life, you can have the best life for yourself possible. So if you did enjoy this video, if you want to learn more about health and success, subscribe and check out my weekly newsletter linked below. Also check out my other awesome videos I think you'll enjoy, just like this one. Wishing you all the best, and I'll catch you in the next one.